Yo, Nate, how much should I be eating? What are the portion sizes? How many calories? What are my macros generally looking like? Okay, so these are questions that I've gotten a lot of over the years, and I don't want to give you a very specific answer. And here's the reason is that because if I give you a portion size and I say you got to eat one fist size of protein and a palm size of carbohydrates, or you got to be eating 2,000 calories with X amount coming from proteins, carbs, and fats, what that's going to require you to do is always be eating like the same thing over time. Okay, so number one, you're going to be eating this amount, even if you might need a little bit more or a little bit less. Secondly, tracking your calories, doing your macros, that's a tedious process, and we can do it. We can definitely use that as a tool, but I don't want that you have to rely on that as a crutch for the rest of your life. Here's the reason behind the way the $1 million body method and why we do it the way we do it. Is because when you're having a high protein, high fat breakfast, eating a pretty light lunch of proteins and vegetables, and having a bigger dinner, what we're going to start seeing is some good results, not only with your weight loss and fat loss, that always comes, but with regard to how your body processes this food and relays the information back to you. So many of us have spent our entire lives eating, snacking, grabbing food, eating 6 meals a day, just kind of munching. So we lose this ability to communicate with our bodies, which are called leptin levels. And leptin is the satiety hormone. It just means that your body is capable of being like, all right, we're full. That's good for now. Thanks very much. Or, hey, we need some more food. Because those signals over time get corrupted and we start not necessarily believing them because they're always like, hey, let's get some food. Hey, we're a little hungry because we're desensitized to our actual leptin production. So the goal of this is to not only reset insulin sensitivity, which is how we partition nutrients into muscles or fats, right? If we're very insulin resistant, we're going to put more of our food into fat storage. If we're more insulin sensitive, we're going to use it more for energy and for muscle building, which is great. Leptin sensitivity is going to be a similar thing where if you have, let's say you have a long day, you've been working out hard, you do your thing, and you just feel like you're just extra hungry. I want you to be able to go back at dinner and have seconds. That's really important. I want you to be able to listen to your body. Now, if every single night your body's like, let's have seconds, let's have dessert, that's probably, again, going back to that leptin resistance. So that's the general idea here is helping you eat more intuitively rather than leaning on a set of macros or portion sizes. Now, we can talk about those things. We can give you those things, but I really want you to give this strategy a fair shot because over the course of like 3, 4, 6 weeks, you're going to start to discover, oh, I'm actually not that hungry this time of day. I don't get hungry on days when I do this type of training. And you'll start noticing these little differences and these little nuances that you wouldn't necessarily have gotten if I just gave you, hey, here's your macronutrients. That being said, we can always dive into a macro strategy. I can give you those macronutrients. We know how to find those. It's not that hard, but I don't want that to be something you have to rely on. When in reality, eating intuitively and learning this framework is going to serve you so much better down the road. And that's what we're gunning for here. Any questions though, reach out, shoot me a text.